From Denver, Colorado to Amarillo, Texas. From Lawrence, Kansas to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's ride. We want to ride shotgun with you for the next hour, Talkin Truckin with Dean and Doty. Christian and Kumar. Ian on the news. Austin and Joel, and the Highwaymen. And Christian doesn't have his earphones on.
It's all good.
Oh, you got a speaker. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just put you on my phone until this thing relaunches.
There you go. What's up, Christian?
My ADHD got the best of me, which is why I'm on my cell phone. I had 1,000 browsers open. My computer didn't like it.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, man. You look like you're in a pretty place.
It's beautiful up here. 34 miles from the Canada border in northern Montana. It's really nice. Right outside Glacier National Park. Christian, I think you would be surprised that the Jets are playing Green Bay on Sunday, and Joel and I were just going over it, and I picked the Jets to beat Green Bay.
I believe
I can't believe I did.
I can't believe I did the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Even my son's like, "What are you doing, Dad?" I was like, "The Green Packers aren't going to lose 2 games in a row, especially one at home." So,
honestly, the Jets look like they're on fire last week. Things are coming together. They got a good coach now. And the Packers look like they're going the opposite direction. On offense, they just don't have anything other than Aaron Rodgers, it seems. Plus, they're pretty banged up. So I took the Jets. You want some action on it? You want Green Bay? I'll take the Jets.
Never bet against your own team. But yeah,
right.
Absolutely. How many points you give me? Give me 12 points?
12 points.
No, I'm not.
You just said they're on fire.
It'd be a pick 'em. There would be no line.
Well, that's a big difference.
That's a no for me, dog.
So, joining us this week on the show, like I said, the Highwaymen, Mike Doty in Barberton. Still, what's going on, Doty?
What's up, guys? Sorry,
He's still working, as usual. Joel, what's up, Joel?
What's up?
So, Joel, you got questions for Kumar this week? I know we've missed a few.
I hope I can read them this time.
Yeah. Did they come from anyone, or did you bring these to the table?
They're redundant. We've seen them before, but it's been a while.
Yeah. So I was telling you guys before the show, Christian, I've been talking to someone this week about advertising a pretty good deal. Joe. And I'll go into more detail. I'm going to finish up talking to him next week. Okay. But it'd be pretty cool because all the advertisers we've had, everybody knows we've just done this ourselves like a garage band. But we, like just our friends around Barberton and different things like that. It's not been anything real, but this could be real for us. I think it's pretty exciting. So I wanted everybody to know that, and I'll keep you informed. We'll talk about it together off the air.
Giddy up.
So that'd be cool. So Ray, you with us, Ray?
Yeah. I am sure.
How's Nashville?
Nashville. So far, I made it safely.
Where you headed?
I'm going to Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a load of auto parts for AutoZone.
Gotcha. What about you, Kev? You on here?
Yeah, I'm up here.
Where are you at?
I'm in Parasol, Texas, headed to Laredo.
Okay.
That's
Laredo. Make the turn.
That's where I grew up at.
Parasol?
What'd you say, Kevin, a little while ago? What'd you say that you were in San Antonio and didn't have anybody to hang out with?
Yeah, I was in San Antonio and didn't have anybody to hang out with.
Ray's pool's still open and there's a float.
I say the pool's open in Texas.
Yeah.
Still 90 degrees.
Just jump the fence. You'll be all right.
How's the weather in San Antonio, Ray? Is it still pretty hot?
I don't know.
It was extremely hot in San Antonio today.
Was it?
Yeah.
Kevin's like, don't worry, Ray. I'll give you a weather update.
Yeah. Me and my wife just stopped talking about the weather in San Antonio. It doesn't change much.
Yeah, that's all me and my wife get to talk about these days is the weather. No, I'm just kidding. So, Kumar, did we get Ian back? I know he was.
Yeah, he's here.
Ian's here. So, Ian, what's up, Mr. Dunlap?
Oh, living the dream.
Yeah. What's going on in the world of trucking news?
Well, it wasn't. Let me get this screen share working. Wasn't a terribly popular week. Everyone was pretty chill. Well, most people. Over in Charlotte, there is a driver who was at a truck stop.
Everyone's pretty chill. First thing, no one's safe anymore.
Yes.
Got nothing to see here, folks.
Hey, I'm not one of these doom and gloom news channels. Okay, we're gonna have to, we're gonna spin the positive. No. But a driver is in critical condition from a gunshot exchange. I was at a Charlotte truck stop. As far as I'm aware, the driver was not involved in the incident except for the stray bullet. So hoping he pulls through. Just goes to show you. Yeah. You're right. We are going to get into that doom and gloom. You aren't safe anywhere.
Well, there's only one truck stop in Charlotte, so.
Right.
There's only one truck stop in Charlotte?
Yes.
How do we talk about that? How can a
is that
major
the pilot?
city...
No.
Not the only one.
Still,
Yeah, pilot.
Oh, is it? That's
Pilot.
not really classified Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of pilot,
I'll tell them.
So before you go on, Ian,
Yes.
when I was fueling, when I was on the road coming up here from Billings to where we're at now, I was using my credit card at the truck stop, and there was sometimes you got to go in if you don't have a ComData card or something, so you have to go in and prepay, which is annoying because you got to go in and then you got to guess how much you need to top off. So, but there's a few that have a credit card reader. I put my credit card in, filled up, got down the road, and I was looking at my credit card yesterday, and none of the other pilots did this, or truck stops did this to me, but they charged me $500 on my credit card. That was 3-4 days ago, and I'm watching it before I call anybody. I'm thinking that'll fall off.
It should. It should correct itself.
Like they whatever you call it. I hope so, because I keep watching every day.
It's almost like a deposit, Russ.
Yeah, so they pre-qualify you, whatever. They charge you $500, and then a few days later, hopefully, then the amount that you actually got should be there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm watching it like a hawk because I know I didn't put $500 in fuel. My truck won't take that.
Yeah, because technically, I don't believe you got charged. It's more like it's kind of like in a hold state.
Correct.
And it won't.
Yeah.
It's only marking. They do that to verify your card. Basically, is what they do.
Okay, I got you.
Or to verify you have enough money on the card.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, verify
there
the
you go.
funds on the card. Yeah.
Okay.
You're right.
While we're talking about fuel, though, one of our drivers had an interesting incident at a fuel station this week. He had pulled into this truck stop that he had gone to many times while he's running an oversized load. It's just like the best place for him to go before he gets too far into Texas. So he stops at this fuel station he's been to a million times before, but apparently there's new owners now. And he tried to pay with his ComData card. At first, when he first ran it, they accepted it. Then he loaded up some fuel. And then when he went to close out the transaction, the person at the counter had no idea what to do. So they told him, you have to pay another way. And he's like, I don't have another way to pay. So they said, well, we're going to call the cops. So he goes back out to his truck, wait for the cops. They must have thought he was leaving, so they go and park their vehicles in front of his truck, in front and behind, so he cannot leave. So police show up, argue with the person at the counter for a while, and basically just tell our driver, well, you're free to go. You've tried everything you can to pay them, and they don't want to accept it. They even have ComData on their door, as you walk in, or window, as a sticker that they accept it.
So he gave them the ComData card, they ran it, and then authorized his pump in the beginning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they didn't know how to finish the transaction and freaked out and called the cops on him, and they were trying to call their employer, and the guy was yelling at him, or our driver, on the phone. But yeah, the police told him, hey, well, you're free to go. We even called in and got a comm check, and got it all written out and everything. Showed it to them, and they said they still couldn't figure it out. So when he left, he took the check with him, tore it up, and tossed it in his trash can in his truck.
Wow.
Next day, Meadowlark says, hey, they cashed that check that you threw away. So they must have either like taken a picture of it or something.
Got the number.
Yeah. So
it wasn't
Crazy
double
there.
paid though. They figured it out and used
no,
it.
eventually,
Express code.
yeah. But he could have just left, or he did just leave without paying. They told him to.
Unintentionally, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, back onto the news. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right. This one I haven't been able to dive in too much, but it's definitely interesting. There is a truck driver who is being accused of arson of Swift trucks all around the country. I think over the past couple of years, he's lit, I think, 8 of them on fire.
Wow.
I know people got a lot of problems with Swift, but
But that's my alma mater.
yeah. Do you have the same feelings, or?
No, I didn't make any money, and I ran all the time and was never home getting my training in as a rookie. But so did Joel.
I set
But
one on fire.
they were a fair company. I can't say anything bad about them, other than the pay.
So yeah, there's been 25 fires, and I think they've tied him up to at least 8 of them. So
Wow.
So do you think they did some like geofencing ELD data to find him, like they did with that serial killer back in the day with the trucking companies and cellular data? I mean, how do they find this guy?
It's definitely possible. I would guess also kind of like, looking at the security camera they know, or the fuel transactions for who was at all of these stops at the same amount, around that time. That's what I would guess is probably through fuel receipts.
Yeah, well, I think they kind of triangulated his phone via cell phone towers, and his phone was nearby every single.
There you go.
And then also they came in and
Speculation.
no speculation.
Allegedly.
Are you accusing my phone of arson?
So they didn't catch him under the trailer with a lighter.
Yeah, they had like some warrant or something, and they searched and found like tons of receipts and BOLs and stuff, connecting him close by to pretty much all of them except for one, I think.
I wonder who he worked for.
I'd like to follow up the story after the trial, because I'd love to see what he has to say about it.
Yeah.
Like I'd love to know like what was the one incident, because there's always that moment that breaks somebody, and I'd like to know what's that one moment.
What the last one was.
Yeah.
He puts on the glove and it doesn't fit.
There's all these empty spaces, and he backed into me.
Oh man, the jokes are endless. All right, this is something I've never seen before. So this looks like some kind of a bulk carrier, or no, this is for cattle or other kind of animals. Immigrants were being held or stored underneath the flooring in there while being brought across the border. But they found this one out. I wonder how many hundreds of people have come across this.
That's got to be a
successfully.
rough place to be stored. And there's cattle
On top.
They're hauling cattle.
Oh,
That's horrible.
Probably, yeah. Here. Look
Was that a
look at
wooden
that.
joist holding that up?
wow.
That looks like that's hard to tell.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want a 1,200-pound bovine standing above me with just that.
I don't know. It looks pretty secure.
Or swine, or
Looks like
whatever
a
else
crawl
they have.
space, guys. Come on.
Right.
Yeah.
I just normally don't have 30 other dudes in it with me.
Oh man.
That would just be
It's
terrifying.
not like
to
it was
open that
used
up.
one time. Look
That
at
looks
the
like
condition
steel.
of that.
Yeah.
That looks like
Yeah,
steel
it
with
is
Yeah, some of
steel.
it's steel and some
with
of it
a
looks
car-
like wood.
How many
Topped
times
with-
did they go by
topped
that
and
border
bottom with
checkpoint? Dog didn't even want to smell it.
Yeah, that would change the way the dog smells things.
Yeah.
Things people
That's
do to
insane,
come here
guys.
though.
Yeah, no, we do have the greatest ticket like we've ever punched. Like if you think about being born in this country,
Yeah,
it is
that's
like
for
the
sure.
greatest gift you
Won
can
the
receive,
lottery.
for sure.
Don't have to
Yeah.
hide that anymore.
Yep.
Just walk across.
So, can you guys see any? Oh, not wrong direction there. Can you guys see anything wrong with this load?
That is a permit load, right?
I don't think they had any permits for
Yeah,
it.
you don't have not supposed to have kids.
Let's get out
and
of
the
the white load
Driving
banner.
Oh, there it is.
At the end of this, Georgia police had given out 25 service violations, along with being taken out of service.
Or the guy on the back don't count.
Oh man,
So they're moving up. Looks like a top of a house or a barn or,
or a
something.
barn, yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, and yeah, I guess they didn't tell anybody.
Just
so.
backwoods moving.
So
Oh, it also says, the driver didn't have a valid CDL, and he knowingly had a flat tire.
where was this?
Georgia. Monroe County, Georgia.
But the Amish guys can walk a barn down the street, but you
Yeah, I
can't
saw that
roll it
video.
down the street.
Oh, so it says they did have a permit, but they didn't have a law enforcement escort or height sensor. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's inflation. They're just trying to save a little bit of money.
So 2 axles.
all right, we got another one over in Oregon. This driver, he tried to take a turn that was way too tight for him.
I know a driver did that. Ray, you remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Ian.
But I think I'm trying to find it. The fine or what they had, the citation they had given him was, I think, driving like too many trailers with one truck.
Yeah, it was exceeding the number of
trailers. Yeah, which I don't know. Just for that type of trailer, maybe you need a permit for it. But yeah, driver was cited for exceeding the number of vehicles in tow and failure to drive within the lane.
Definitely out of the lane.
He's over all of the lanes.
Good job, escort.
He's
someone
jacked
really-
that truck up pretty hard. You can look and see
sounds
that
like
truck
they're
is
making up
torqued.
citations.
Well, you can see Christian, the drives are off the ground. It looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah.
torqued
The
pretty
first
hard.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks familiar.
Yep.
Happened here once, too.
And I know that these trailers kind of bow and bend some places, but it looks like it's not doing
Not
so
like
hot.
that.
Yeah.
No, that's not. That's
No.
Back
normal.
here, look.
It's now a
Telephone
custom.
pole.
That will be a custom trailer by the time they get
Right.
that out.
The officer was just out to get me.
Have to do a 9-axle alignment by the time you're done.
This is just a heads up. They are going to be doing some chain law checkpoints out in Colorado this October. I got some dates here: 14th, 17th, 26th. Be safe while you're out there. Make sure you got your
them out
chains.
there checking.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
believe
up
it.
on Vale they were.
Does it say, Ian, where? Like on the 14th, the 17th, and the 26th. It says times 8 to 4,
Yeah.
10 to 6 on the 17th, and 8 to 4.
Here we
on-
go. Near Georgetown on I-70 is one of them.
Yeah.
But it says, okay, maybe they're all three going to be on that date there. Okay. So there,
That's
there,
I
there you go.
think that's before Vale, right? Exit 228. I think so. That's right out of Denver before you go up.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think that is.
Hey, just to verify, tire socks, they are not a substitute for chains, are they?
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, you can have tire socks.
Good.
Yeah. The only bad thing about tire socks, my understanding, I heard somebody say that if you drive them on pavement before you actually get to the snow, that you can rip them apart. So
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem I heard with them.
Yeah, and they are approved in Colorado as well.
Yeah, I think they're
Some
approved
drivers
everywhere,
license.
from what I understand.
Are they easier to put on?
But yeah, Ray, yeah.
They're
I've
way
heard
easier to put
bad
on
things
than
about
chains.
them, though.
Yeah,
But-
like they work really well on snow, but once you hit pavement, they'll shred up on
tearing.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Jim Mackey said, I'm carrying them because I'm not going to put them on to get myself into trouble, only to get myself out.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. What's these penalties I see here?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Ian?
going to go over next. So if you get caught without it, it is a $500 fine plus a $79 surcharge. Now, if you are stuck and or blocking a traveled portion of the road, it's a $1,000 fine with a $157 surcharge on top of it.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to buy the chains.
Yeah, I mean, you should have chains on your truck, man. If you're traveling out west, you have to have them. Honestly, I always had them in there, but I've never been checked for them. Maybe I got lucky when I was driving, but I've been inspected and they didn't even ask to see my chains. But it could happen anytime, you are asked to see them. So, and I wasn't going to use them unless I was in trouble, like Jim said. But you just got to have them on your truck. So have them on your truck.
Yeah, I still got those broken chains on my truck.
Yeah, they didn't say they have to be operable.
Well, I didn't know that you were supposed to stay under 30 miles an hour on them.
Yeah.
That's how I broke them. End up hitting like 70 miles an hour down the mountain.
I was going to ask how fast were you going.
You're gonna send those things flying.
At some point, Force was carrying the rest of that, right? Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I proved to myself how good I put them on because they stayed on.
Yeah. Then when they went flying, they went flying.
Here we go.
Yeah. Yep.
This was a little study that was done to tell you top 4 things you should avoid doing that increases your chances of crashing or having a future crash. Number 1, failure to yield right away. That's number 1. Ooh. Number 2 is failure to use / improper signal.
Yeah.
Oh, having a prior crash, that makes you more likely. And of course,
repeat crasher.
Yeah, reckless driving violations. So if you have any of that under your belt, you are 104%.
Number 3 is kind of a cop
increase.
out. It's like, yeah, you've had a crash before, have you?
Yeah, so it throws you.
Probably going to have another one. Well, we found the insurance sales.
But I will say number 1 and number 2, it could be big ones. Well, obviously they are, but according to them. But failure to yield right away when, for sure.
Yeah, I think
that
these
can
are
get you in trouble.
Pretty common sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Russ, what was the weirdest claim you've ever had? Like the oddest claim?
Cabbage.
And anybody, you guys on the road, anybody can speak up.
Don't talk to me about the cabbage, Joel.
Well, I was thinking of the candles. We had a trailer burn up with, I don't know if it was Yankee candles.
Yes,
inside.
It was
Yankee candles.
It was the empty jars for them.
It lit the night on fire. At night too.
We had a driver whose brakes on his tandems.
Is that how it started? I don't remember. It was several years back.
It was brakes, lit the tire on fire, lit the trailer on fire.
And I just
remember
it was going
seeing
to
Yankee Candle, so it was the funniest thing.
The pictures or the videos, I remember seeing it at night, and it was like he's got a load of candles, and this whole thing is just like one big flaming trailer. It wasn't funny, but looking back, it was
funny now.
Looking back, it's very funny.
Why do you now that all the claims been paid?
Was that the one that got stuck in his driveway? He stopped by his house and then he stuck pallets underneath his tires first to get going again?
No.
Because we had one of those. Guy went home, stopped in to see his family, got up the next morning to leave, or actually it was that night he was leaving, was stuck in his driveway, so he threw some wooden pallets underneath his drive tires and proceeded to get them hot enough to where he burnt the whole trailer to the ground.
That's incredible.
Before the fire department could get there.
No, the candles, the candles were on the highway. It was on the side of the highway.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the picture somewhere. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
But no, my most frustrating.
Wait. What, Christian? What were you going to say though about the claims? Did you have one that was?
I mean, I'll come up with one. Let Ian talk. I'll see if I can think of one real quick.
So
I was just asking the question just to get some feedback.
Yeah,
I'd like to hear Doty's too, by the way.
We had this driver taking a load of cabbage out west, and
Doty's busy.
He got to the receiver, and the receiver told him, hey, there's some spots on this cabbage. We're not gonna be able to take this. We're gonna reject the load. So the driver thought, well. The entire trailer's rejected. I don't need to tell anybody. I can just go ahead and just start disposing of it. So he goes down to the truck stop and starts handing it out to people like, hey, please take this cabbage. Please take this cabbage. and starts dumping it, giving it to people. He had given it to a couple churches, I think, before he contacted us and was like, hey, they didn't take my load.
And now he's already donated. And I will say the claim on that was probably 20-some thousand because I was part of that whole situation. He handed out $20-some thousand worth of cabbage before we had any chance to know about it or maybe sell it.
Talk to the broker because
the broker. Yeah,
the broker was going to take it back to the shipper or find another buyer in the area.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the irony is this is when he called, you guys probably answered this exact phrase. Why didn't you let us know?
Yeah. What? We're
let us
what?
get it. Boom, let us cabbage.
I get it.
And the best part was after that is he's like, don't worry, I'll pay it back. Quits next week.
Yeah. Well, we kind of pushed that button, Ian. I don't know if you remember, but
I'll load either.
yeah.
It's gonna sell a lot of cabbage too.
Yeah.
According to statistic number 3, it's likely to happen again.
I got a couple more news things before we get out of this. So,
Yeah.
This is
Before we get derailed completely.
Yeah, this is great news. I don't know if you guys like Mike Judge, did Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, Office Space, some of my favorite movies and TV shows. So he is working with a guy named Alec Berg, and they are starting a new animated series called Automated Trucking, where it's going to be about an engineer that's working for a company making automated trucks, and their mission is to drive across the country to like their first customer to this trade show to show off the truck, and he's driving with an actual trucker. Endless possibilities for comedy there, but I would love to see this.
I don't understand. So it's an animated show about automated trucks, or like the trucks, the ones that are going to have the personality.
So it's about the engineer and the actual guy driving the truck. That's not okay. So they're not automated driving it. Not all the time, probably, but the truck driver is with the engineer, and they're going across the country and.
That does sound pretty good.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Do America.
It's got to be better than Basketballs or whatever he was making after Beavis and Butthead.
Can't be better than King of the Hill, though. That's gold right there.
Bobby?
Whoa! All right. Where was this? I forget exactly where this was, but a Tesla truck broke down. Hey guys, or ran out of electricity. You can decide.
Glad I didn't buy one, Christian.
There's still time, Russ. There's still time.
What's that? $300,000 sitting on the side of the road.
What's that, Ray?
Pounds, dude?
That's what you mean? They forgot to bring the gasoline generator to put in the back of it?
Yeah. So did he break down, or did he run out of electricity?
I don't know. We may never know, but he is blocking the road.
Well, I can tell you this: it's under full lifetime warranty.
Oh, thanks, Elon.
Elon's on his way.
There you go.
I'm in my remote location.
Yeah.
And I'm looking on the ground here, and I remember a claim story now. Kind of just a funny story. So I've got a 8-point rack.
Right before
here.
you start that, since Mike's on the show, but he has no idea what we're doing or talking about. Yeah. Can we all agree that $25 St. Jude's, Mike?
You know what we'll do is, how about every 10 minutes he goes on from now, it's another $50.
Oh, Mike, you're so generous.
Whatever.
Let's go. We'll start with 25, and he can find out.
Looks like he's got an
all right, sounds good. And whoever texts him and warns him has to pay double, because nobody can let him onto it.
There you go. I like it.
All right. So somebody keep track of time. So I was in the woods hunting. I don't think this was the one. It was the smaller deer. It doesn't matter. And I get a phone call that says, hey, we had a load that was stolen. Thinking, okay, well, first you start to find out where, what's our lockout procedures, and you kind of go through the whole, everything's getting sucked up in places that you're not comfortable because you're like, this is going to be a nightmare. And then I get a follow-up phone call about 30 minutes later, said, I'm not sure, but we may not have had the load stolen. I'm thinking, just open the doors and look in the back of the Deckham trailer and tell me whether we have a stolen load or not. Brian calls, and I won't say the name. I'll make up a name. Bashir, the guy that used to drive for us. He's fine if he's watching. He knows this. It gets real funny. Apparently, he opened the doors, and the customer's like, where's the product? He's like, oh, my gosh, my freight's been stolen. This, that, the other. He carried sailboat fuel, 650 some odd miles. Just carried air the whole way there. So apparently, and he shut his own doors.
So what was the load? What was it supposed to weigh?
I don't know. I think it was coming out of Withville, which would have been Pepsi. So it's not like it was a light load.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like there are all these triggers. Brian's like, you didn't even look to secure it. You didn't look to do anything. Just shut the doors and roll. And so he gets there, and everything's empty. He's freaking out. Load got stolen. And we're like, are you sure you picked it up? He's like, yeah, I got loaded. And then I got the light, and then I went down, I shut the doors, and then I drove away. And lo and behold, we find out that no, there was no load the entire time. So the good news is there wasn't a claim.
But we had the same incident, Christian.
Shamar did that.
Yeah, so this is several years back.
It was a drop and hook.
Drop and hook. He went into the place. The load was supposed to weigh 44,000 pounds, right? Seasoned driver. Like, he just does this all the time. Goes in, drops in hooks, leaves. How far did he go, Ian? 600 miles?
He got to the receiver. And well, no, the thing is, before he got there, we called him and said, hey, the shipper called, said, you picked up the wrong trailer. And there's nothing on it.
He argued about it. He said, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he's like, no, I know what a loaded trailer is. I got paperwork, you know.
How does he not? That was my question. How do you not know the difference between 44,000 pounds and air? You know what I mean? And empty for 600 miles or whatever it was, all the way to the receiver.
Well, you do know. It's usually when you get there and they open the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, man, I got great fuel mileage coming out here, you know?
Yeah.
I remember. I could hear the
going uphill and everything.
Yeah,
I remember the phone call of him calling Nate and being like, "Man, trailer's empty."
Yeah, I know. It wasn't funny at the time, but it's funny now. Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
believe this?
I have a sign. I have a sign for Mike. I wrote down here. Big sign says, "Thanks for donating 25, Doty." Or Mike. Whenever you guys want me to hold it up in my screen, we will.
That's got an airboat.
And then you should text him that says, "Look at my screen."
And 25 here.
There, he's got one.
Thanks for the donations, Mike. That's great.
So go ahead, Ian.
Generous.
No, that was it.
Okay, in the news.
Yeah. Hopefully next week is a little bit more exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But wasn't much out there this week. I was hoping I was trying to find some good port news, but really wasn't much.
Well, we're getting into November, guys. I gotta believe there's a volume. Christian, have you been watching any volume things on like what's that?
No, that's a great question. You would think the answer would be yes, because that's normally where I just kind of put my nose to, but no, the answer is no. I mean, a lot of weird things. The Jets are winning. I mean, there's a lot of weird things going on.
There's a lot of weird things going on.
And I'll take that bet. I'll take that bet straight up on $5.
Giants are winning.
So
I'll take Green Bay for $5 straight up.
I'll take the Jets. There you go. $5.
Okay. I'm still going to root for the Jets.
I know you are. Yeah. Actually, I am too, because I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. So this will be the first time I ever rooted for the Jets. So
since Joe
being on the same team for once.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Joel, what's going on in the world of sports?
What's up? Cover some?
Yeah, we've missed you for a few weeks in the sporting news.
Let's do it. An hour show. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the sports show. It talks about logs and broken down Tesla trucks. I am Joel, and here we go. Chains. Before we get to football, let's go around the league. Major League Baseball playoffs tonight. Game 2 in New York. New York up 1-0 on that series. Best 3 out of 5.
If Cleveland loses this one, Joel, I think we're done.
You're done.
I don't think you can come back from it's a 5-game series, right? Yeah. Not against New York.
The other American League game today underway right now, Houston and Seattle. Seattle, the heartbreaking loss with the walk-off the other night. Alvarez, bottom of the ninth, 3-run homer, gives Houston the 1-0 lead. Best 3 out of 5 there. I don't know what the score is, but that game is in progress right now. Game 3, Atlanta, Philadelphia. Atlanta evened the series last night with a pitcher's duel. All their runs scored in the 6th inning, 3-0. That series will resume Friday night. Game 3 in Philly, L.A., and San Diego. San Diego timed the series last night with a 5-3 victory over the Dodgers. Game 3 in San Diego Friday night. All right, NHL is underway. They open Tuesday night. The season just underway, so I don't have any stats yet. NBA regular season begins Sunday the 16th. And let's see, PGA.
Cavs are going all the way this year.
You want to put money on that?
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
All right, PGA.
We got a superstar now, Joel. Donovan Mitchell.
Who's that?
Donovan Mitchell, one of the top 20 players in the league. They traded for him. Yeah, right before the season.
I'll let you cover that. NBA underway the 16th. Don't know much about it yet, but we will find out about Mr. Mitchell. PGA is underway October yesterday in the Zoso Championship in Chiba, Japan. Top 5 currently, the rankings. Number 5, John Ram. Number 4, Patrick Cantlay. Number 3, Roy McIlroy. Number 2, Cameron Smith. And number 1, Scotty Scheffler. NASCAR action resumes this Sunday in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Top 5 current in the standings. Number 5, Ryan Blaney. Number 4, Christopher Bell. Number 3, Ross Chastain. Number 2, Joey Logano. And number 1, Chase Elliott. Now, moving on to football. Here we go.
Well, Joey Logano doesn't sound like a golfer. That sounds like a mobster.
NASCAR. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a mobster name, though, doesn't it? Logano. Joey Logano.
Look at you.
His car's got an extra big trunk.
Yeah.
With some C4 underneath. All right, here we go. Football. NCAA. Shades of Denny Green, huh, Russ?
Yeah.
Top 10. Here we go. This weekend. Number 10, Penn State at Michigan. That's a noon kickoff this Saturday. Number 9, Ole Miss. Undefeated Ole Miss hosting Auburn. 12 o'clock kickoff Saturday. Number 8, Oklahoma State at TCU. It's a 3:30 kickoff. TCU's undefeated. I think Oklahoma State's got 1 loss. Nope, they're both undefeated. Number 7, USC at Utah. That's a 8 p.m. Eastern kickoff this Saturday. And, in my opinion, the main event, number 6, Tennessee, undefeated Tennessee, hosting number 3, Alabama. That's a 3:30 kickoff.
What are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, Tennessee's got a good team this year.
I think Tennessee's going to take it this week.
Yeah.
Depends on Alabama's quarterback. If he's healthy, plays a good game, they got a shot. But I think if they have to resort to the second-string quarterback, Melry. Sorry about that, Tide fans. I think that's his name. Melry. Anyway, it's going to be a good game. The fans are going to be going crazy. Alabama's owned them the last 10 years, and they want revenge. 3:30 this Saturday. Don't miss it. Number 5, Michigan, as I stated, will be at home hosting Penn State. Great game there. That's a noon kickoff. Number 4, Clemson at Florida State. 7:30 kickoff this Saturday in Tallahassee. And as I stated, number 3, Alabama traveling to Knoxville to take on the Vols. Number 2, Ohio State is off this weekend. They'll be back next weekend, the 22nd, in action against Iowa. Number 1, Georgia at home against Vandy. 3:30 this weekend. Georgia claimed the top spot. And let's go over some NFL action as of now. Contestants, myself, Russ, Christian, Kevin, Jim, Ray, and Nathan, your latecomer. I got your picks for last week. Currently in the lead. Well, let's just go over myself through week 5. Remember, we didn't play out.
Yeah,
week
we're just
4.
doing. We keep the win total going. So we missed 1 week, but
I have 35. Russ
35 wins.
Has got 30.
I got 30.
Christian 34.
There's your top 3.
Kevin 32.
Wait a minute. You said you got 35.
I got 35.
I got 30.
You got 30. Christian's got 34.
Oh, so he's second place. He's still beating.
Well, so far, Kevin's got 32. Jim, did I miss anything, buddy? I got you through 3 weeks. You had 25. You were right there on par with us. I didn't get your last.
Week
5.
I might have it.
Kumar's
got to pay $25.
We'll update it then, Jim. Kumar, get that to Joel.
Nathan, you did really well in week 5. That's the only one I have. He had 12 wins.
Wow.
Last week. And Ray in the lead, blowing us out at 39.
Wow.
39. Ray's in the lead.
Ray, who doesn't even watch football.
You can go to the casino anytime you want, Ray.
He was in there. Ray was in it with Berkey last year. All the way, into the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah. What fantasy site are you visiting, Ray?
He's calling Louis
for football. Got a secret
he calls Louis Vasquez his cousin. They go over
that's what I was getting ready to say. He's calling his cousin.
I send it to Louis every week, and he fills it out for me. I just send it back to you guys.
All right, week 6 this weekend. Tonight, Washington at the Bears. Sunday, Niners at Atlanta, Patriots at Cleveland, the Jets at Green Bay, Jacksonville at Indy, Minnesota at Miami, Cincinnati at New Orleans, Baltimore, the New York Giants, Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh, Carolina at the Rams, Arizona at Seattle, Buffalo at KC, Dallas at Philly. There's a good one. And Monday night, Denver
real good game
at LA Chargers.
So if you haven't got your picks in for this week, guys, just get them in before. As soon as I'm going to call Joel. We did half of mine. We're going to do it right after the show because tonight's the first game. So you got a little time after the show.
All right.
We're all chasing Ray, huh?
Yeah, we're all chasing Ray.
Yeah,
you and Joel are right behind him. I'm 9 behind.
Yeah, you got some room,
4-12 when we Russ. Never mind.
You want to go another 25 for St. Jude's for Mike? Can he hear us?
I imagine he can hear us, but we should whisper just in case. We shouldn't say his name.
Kumar.
That.
Yeah.
25. He looks like an Excedrin commercial right now. I'm not sure what's going on.
Whatever's happening. Headache commercial.
Whatever's happening, Mike, we're feeling for you.
Yeah, we're feeling for you. You all's going to feel it too.
Stomach cramps.
He
All
had
right.
a case of beer last night. Yeah.
So last week when we talked about logs, Kumar, did you see there was a guy that commented that he didn't agree with
Russ.
us? Yeah.
Hey, Russ, not to interrupt you, but Mike's breathing looks pretty heavy. Oh, I thought he was sleeping. Never mind.
Oh.
Go ahead. My bad.
That could have really cost him. No, what I was saying was there was a comment last week that Kumar, did you see it? Where he said, I'm not sure I agree with you guys. He wasn't being nasty or anything.
Yeah.
He said he's not sure if he agrees with us on the 8273 splits. He does them all the time. And not the whole thing. He was talking about, because remember I mentioned, does it freeze your 14 or stop your 14 if you do the 3 first or the 2 first? And I believe the consensus was, yes, it does. I wasn't 100% sure. That's why I brought it up, because I think back in the beginning, Traveling Mike, you'd probably be the one to tell us. Back when they first started those splits, you had to do the 8 first, right? On an 8-2?
Yeah, they used to, but 2 years ago they updated that when they made changes to the adverse weather condition law as well.
So you could
now
do
the 2 or the 3 will stop it as long as you log it as part of sleeper berth break. You can log it as off duty, but most of the ELDs should have an option to where you hit the button that says off duty, part of sleeper berth break.
So I'm wondering, and maybe the driver, I don't know his name, that had mentioned that if he wants to message the show, he can come on if he wants next week or whatever. We could talk about it. But when he was doing I'm curious whether if he was doing the 3 or the 2 split first, was he going off duty rather than sleeper? Because that wouldn't freeze it. You got to be in the sleeper.
It will.
It will.
You don't.
Oh.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, the
new
3 or
changes, it will let you.
It will let you. Okay. Yeah. Well, Kumar,
I actually have a copy from the FMCSA slideshow that they did when they rolled it out that I can dig up at home and send it to you guys if you would like.
Yeah, send it in.
I sat in and helped the Montana rep for the DOT. We were where I was at the time. We were helping him do his presentation, and he shared his slideshow with us for when they rolled it out.
Okay, yeah.
You could be misunderstanding what he's saying too, right? Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, Kumar, why don't you message him back and let him know that we're curious of, if he wants to come on and talk about it with us, because I think the information is right. It will stop the 14.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check it.
Or,
into that.
You know what, Travel Mike, could it be this? Because I've been out of a truck for a while. So if you do the 3 first in the sleeper berth, could it be that your 14 still runs until you finish the 3 and then it reverts back to where it should have been?
Well, it depends on the ELD.
Okay.
Some of them, like Keep It Trucking, you have to actually go in and there's a little button to see alternate logs, or I forget what it's called, but there's an option where you can see what it is if the break is completed and what it isn't. Sometimes the main line won't show your available hours that it stopped until you finish the second half of it. But if you look at the second time or the alternative log option on there, there's a button to push. It will bring it up. I know Keep It Trucking is like that. I just can't remember what the actual tab on it was to show those available hours.
Yeah.
So each ELD is different. We've used several of them over the years, and your Qualcomm versus Driver Tech or a TransFlow app, they all function a little differently. So they're not, the wording's not always the same, but they do have all the same capabilities.
So I hope that's helpful to the driver that messaged us on that. And Kumar, are you able, because he has a handle or something on how he messaged us, Kumar, are you able to message him?
Yeah, I'll be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, message him. Tell him that he, and he watches the show, obviously. So if he hears this before, then Kumar's going to message you, and maybe you can jump on with us next week for a little bit, and we can all talk about it.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. What else was there, Traveler Mike, on logs that from last week that we didn't get to? I know. So
when we were talking with Trish, talking about the log edit portion of this. One thing that throws a major red flag, and we've all been known to do this at one point or another. I've seen it on both sides, from the safety side and from the driver's side, that when you make those edits is very important. Many of us wait until the end of the week, and we're 45 minutes short of making our final delivery or our home time or something, and we're going in through the week and trying to find where we can cut those times and cheat our logs. And that's a major red flag for the DOT. If you're changing 6 days prior to, you should have got that when you certified your logs that night. So we need to make sure we're not doing that. And if we do, you better have a really, really good explanation of why, in your annotation, why you're changing the log from 6 days ago.
Well, and that's a great point, Mike. And that's why I wanted to talk about annotations with Trish last week, because they are, it's huge. I'm going to be honest, and I think I said this last week when I was a rookie driver and Joel and I were running teams. I'll throw us both under the bus there, chalk block. We were trying to, we were running coast to coast as a team. And a lot of that stuff we do is drop and hook. So we could just keep on going. And when we were bumping our 70s, we were going back and editing our pre-trips. We were rookies, okay? It was wrong. But we were editing. Joel, don't even act like you don't know.
Oh, I used to do 30-minute breaks in traffic jams.
We didn't have 30-minute breaks then. 30-minute break came later, but but this was back when there wasn't a 30-minute break. It was just your 70, and we would edit our pre-trips down. And I remember looking at both of our logs and telling, we were brand new, and I told Joel, hey, why are we both doing pre-trips? You're going on duty, I'm going off duty, let's just do one. And we were cutting that down to like 2-3 minutes sometimes to stay. We wouldn't verify our logs or certify our logs at night, just so we could roll days and days in case we needed it to keep going. And we learned real quick. Neither one of us got in trouble, but we figured it out. And that's not the way to do it. I'm telling you this to tell you that please don't do it that way, because it will cost you, and it will cost you on your CSA points and all that, and your companies.
And the fines are a lot higher now than they were back in the Jurassic era.
You're right.
That's almost like having 2 paper logs each.
Yeah. We do.
His look like a mountain range.
Mine. Tell me if I'm wrong too. Can you still do a rolling reset? Is that something you can do when you're a team now?
Yes, you can still do that.
Okay, so because Joel and I did that a lot when we just ran out of hours completely, and so he would drive as a solo driver, and I'd reset, and then in the middle of a shift, if he got tired, he would just stand up, put the truck on cruise, and I'd step over there and drive for him. I'm only kidding. That never happened.
I have actually done that, but I don't suggest doing it. I'll confess. Yeah. I've done it. But a true rolling reset, basically what you do, one driver's running out his 11-hour drive clock. You're already in the sleeper. So when he finishes that time, you shut the truck down for 24 hours. Then if you were the one in the sleeper, have your 34-hour break in. You take off driving your shift, and that your co-driver is going to finish his 10 hours to the 24 where the truck was stopped.
Yep.
And then when you're done with your 11, he's going to have his hours back. That's
You could even
the way
do it-
you work a true rolling reset.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. Couldn't it be like 22 hours? You would be down. So he'd drive his 11, then you shut it down for his 10-hour break. So that'd be 21 hours, and then he can drive again. So the driver that was driving can drive again. So the truck's moved. He's moved 2 shifts.
Right.
Yeah.
You both wind up getting it if you do the 11 and shut for 24, actually 22 hours.
Yeah,
because
and I think
during that 11-hour break, it's going to take him, 12 to 13 hours to drive his 11 hours. So
Yeah,
you're going to
I get
have
it.
more than a 10-hour break.
You're right. And I think when Joel and I did it, I think it was like if it were me doing the reset and Joel driving, he could get in basically 2 shifts, so about 1,200 miles down the road, and then we'd have to sit and wait a few hours. He would start a break, and then a few hours later, I'd have my 34 in, and I could take off. So it worked really good, actually. I didn't know if you could still do that. I don't run teams or anything.
I learned.
Now, when Jim and I were driving, running the 5 and 5, I never made use of it because to me that first 5 hours I wasn't tired enough to get any sleep, and then I'd wind up being at 15 hours finally going to sleep, and then the 5 hours wasn't enough for me. So there were a lot of people back then running teams that did the 5 and 5, but it never worked for me.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for that info, Traveling Mike. And like I said, Kumar, if that driver that listens to the show or watches the show can come on and we can talk a little bit more about it next week, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, look into it.
So before we get out of here, we got a little time left for talking or with trucking questions with Kumar. Talking trucking.
There it is.
Yeah. Joel's got some questions. Kumar used to not have any experience in trucking, but that has changed. Can he beat the drivers, the highwaymen?
They're old questions. I'll be good.
Questions with Kumar.
Yeah, I got Kumar. Hey, Mike, you got the drivers. Thanks.
He's got the drivers. So, Kumar, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, drivers, are you ready? Can you beat Kumar this week? Kevin, Nate,
I'm ready.
they're ready. Okay.
All right.
Mr. Mackey,
Anybody got any
Mike?
this week in history?
Yep.
I got one.
You got one? Go ahead.
October 13, 2010, 33 Chilean miners rescued after being underground in a mine collapse for 69 days. They survived.
I remember that.
Yeah, they have a
got
movie,
one.
I think, on Amazon that just came out called 33 that talks about that. Because didn't the divers have to risk breaking international law and everything to save the kids? Isn't that right?
You're talking
Yeah.
about the diving
I don't know.
incident in Thailand, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Completely different.
Different continent.
Different kind of miner.
Guys,
too.
I got a movie idea. You guys got to hear this one out.
That's great.
I got
right.
one for you.
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Mike.
what is it? This day in history or week?
This day in history, 1792, the cornerstone was laid for the White House. It was completed in 1800, but that's when they started building the White House.
Wow. I think they redid it during the Eisenhower time.
Yeah,
That was the Capitol.
didn't it
Oh, was that the
part
Capitol?
of it burned down or something? I'm pretty sure part of the White House burned down or something.
During the
At one
Civil
point.
War, the British burnt the White House.
There we go.
Hey, stop everything. What about those miners?
Oh, hold on. Sorry, what was that? Was that?
I'm just
Your mic-
joking. This day in history. What about those miners? You heard about that?
Yeah.
I was just going back to when I did.
Well,
Yeah,
did that
no,
to
we got
Mike
it.
after he explained it all, but I did
Looked
hear
on
it.
Google.
Yeah, I got the joke.
All right, here we go. Highwayman. Kumar, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. If you have a fixed tandem trailer, what does that mean? Is it
By the way,
you're-
Mike, you got the drivers this week. Christian's got got Kumar.
If you have a fixed tandem trailer, Kumar, what does that mean? Is it A, your trailer can't move? Is it B, your trailer axles have been replaced? Is it C, you can't move your axles? Or is it D, your trailer axle has been repaired?
You can't move your axles.
Highwayman, do you agree? Kumar says you can't move your axles if you have a fixed tandem trailer.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
That's right. He's getting smarter.
All right, we're gonna have to do questions with Carol next week.
Yeah, questions with Carol. That's great.
Hey, don't laugh. She's gonna be a DM. All right, just
That is
kidding. Happy
amazing.
birthday, Carol. Her birthday's Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday, Carol.
We'll have you on the show without you knowing it.
She does watch the show.
Question number 2. What are swindle sheets? Is it A, inspection papers? Is it B, paper logs? Is it C, a BOL? Or is it D, a TWIC card?
Can you repeat the two first answers again?
Yep. So what are swindle sheets? Are they inspection papers? Are they paper logs? Is it a BOL? Or is it a TWIC card?
Inspection papers.
Drivers, he said inspection
That's
paper.
gotta be paper logs.
You guys agree? Paper logs.
Yeah.
Paper logs.
Got him.
All right, Kumar. Got you on that one. 1-1.
1-1.
1-1.
Nice job,
1-1.
drivers.
All right, good job, Kumar. By the way, did you hear about the Energizer Bunny? He got arrested?
No.
He was charged with battery. All right. Question number 3. What are the 2 active ingredients in death fluid? Is it A, deionized water and urea? If I could say that. Is it B, deionized water and coolant? Is it urea and iron oxide? Or is it seltzer water and coolant?
A.
Thank you for not letting me repeat that again.
Deionized.
He says it's deionized water and urea. If you know how to
What do you
pronounce
guys
that.
think?
All
Drivers
right.
say that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they will be correct. Kumar, 2-1.
2-1.
Took me a second to realize what you were trying to say.
Right, I was
Deionized.
Deionized.
Dionized.
Here's my Rosetta Stone for that one.
There's a lot of things I like to hear Joel pronounce. It's funny.
My southern accent, my southern English. All right. Question number 4. When was the term lumper first used in trucking? Is it A, 1951?
We did this one before. I remember it, but I don't remember the
2003?
answer.
Is it C, 1861? Or is it D, 1785? When
And Kumar, you got this one wrong last time, I
was the
believe.
term
Yeah, I know.
lumper? He
I'm
remembers.
pretty sure it's 1861. Is that what you said?
Is that what you say?
What are the answers again?
I think I might be wrong. It's
What are the answers again,
17
Joel?
Huh?
He said 1776.
Wait,
Is
did he say 77?
Is it 1951, 2003, 1861, or 1785?
1785.
Drivers, he says the first time a lumper was used in trucking was 1785. What were the other 3 answers, Joel?
Jim, is that true? A,
I was waiting for something like that.
1951.
1800 something.
What was the 1800 answer, Joel?
That's something in the Old West. But
18.
when was the term lumper first used in trucking?
We got
Was
that
it-
part. Read the answers again.
1951, 2003, 1861, or 1785? Kumar said,
1861.
Jim says 1861.
I'd
We
say
had trucking
I'm gonna,
way back then.
I'm gonna agree with Jim.
I agree.
I'm gonna
Jim,
agree
too.
with Jim
Yeah,
just because he was
I
probably
agree with
there,
Jim.
but I think it's 51, honestly.
Kumar, what do you
No,
say?
I don't think it's 51.
1785.
Yeah. Who got that one? The drivers. Jim got that.
Kumar?
Right.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Really?
it.
17?
1781.
I think he
85.
chose the answer they went with last time.
I think he's got a good memory. He just remembers.
Yeah. Yeah. This is
I think
just
Joel was
retention.
texting him this week.
All right, I think you got it either way, but let's go with number 5.
3-1.
The 2 airlines that connect the tractor to the trailer are red and blue. The blue line is your what? Is it your Jake brake, your service brake, your tractor brake, or your emergency brake? Which is the blue line?
Let's go with Jake Brake.
Kumar says Jake brake. Highwayman.
Can't change your answer now, Kumar, so it's kind of funny.
The blue line, service brake, Jake brake, tractor brake, or emergency. What do you say?
Service.
Service break.
All right. Well, Kumar, you did pretty good. 3-2.
Except for that answer right there. It's kind of funny.
All right. We found out today I was actually born on a freeway because that's where most accidents happen. Oh, never mind. And with that,
Were you
Kumar
born on it
wins.
or conceived on it?
No comment.
So Kumar
analog
wins.
days.
So 3-2. Good try, drivers, but Kumar wins. So that means Doty at 25 to the St. Jude's. Christian loves it when it's not him getting
This is great.
billed.
This is great.
So guys, we paid out the winners of the fishing contest. Mike, I'm sorry, Mike can't hear us, I don't think, but can you hear us, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, so I know some of those people, or they were in your fishing group. The kids on there were some. We were wanting to see if they got any pictures of when they got the prize money or anything like that. Especially those two kids laying with the fish. I thought that would.
Oh
be
yeah,
pretty
those were
cool.
his grandkids. I'll reach out and see if.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be cool with the envelope or whatever. I know they got it in.
I just want to see what they spent it on, you know?
Yeah, it was just a cash app deal. But yeah, I'll whatever
what
he
they
bought with
spent
him,
it,
I'm sure he
spend it
took
on.
his grandkids out and bought them something with it.
Yeah, something I thought it'd be cool, especially those kids, mainly the kids, what they bought with it. And I was really glad they won.
Yeah,
and I got with Dudley afterwards too. Wrestling, he said he's good every year whenever we want to have him on.
That's
whatever.
awesome.
So maybe give it Olympic update if they actually take the gold home. You know.
And matter of fact, you sent me a text, a screenshot of your text with him, Christian, after the show. He was like, "Well, I'll come on anytime you guys want me to." He really enjoyed it. He was a really cool dude. I really liked him.
Really down to earth. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So
beast in the bass fishing world. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring up one thing before we get out of here.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you later, Jim.
No,
I'm just
I
kidding.
want to bring up something.
I know.
You know, we all have to watch out for the school buses that time of year, but we also have to watch out for the farm vehicles. You get off on the two-lane road. This last week, I've had a lot of two-lane roads, and there's been farm vehicles out there. And one of the things is that statistics have been proven that the average farm vehicle only travels 3 miles on a highway.
Yeah.
Be patient. Be patient. You know, 3 miles. They go 20 to 25 miles an hour. You go 55.
That's right.
In 3 miles time, that's only going to cost you a minute and a half. The time.
Also, I agree, Jim. And also another thing is this isn't in every area, but in Pennsylvania and Ohio, because I'm from Ohio, the Amish, if you get in an area, because I know Tina and I will run down to Amish country. It's an hour from us because there's a really cool hardware store that's like a mega hardware store, and they got cool stuff. I like going once or twice a year. But even in a personal vehicle, in a four-wheeler, when we go down there, you got to be careful because you come up over hills and stuff, and there's a buggy that's going way slower than you are. And I noticed when I was down there, the speed limits are like 50, and there's semis coming in and out of there. It's a kind of industrial area with the hardware store, and I guess some of them are Mennonite, so they're involved in the in retail stuff. But I just noticed there was a lot of tractor trailers. These are state routes. Tractor trailers can run those, and they do. And they were down there the last time I was there, and I told Tina, I said, "Man, that's so dangerous," because I seen these trucks flying, and if they're so keep that in mind too when you're up in the northeast area. But yeah, having said all that, Joel, Doty, Kumar, Christian, you guys got anything else?
Yeah, Russ, if you could just say go Jets instead of Browns, since we're both rooting for the same team, I think it might, bring some positive energy to the Jets.
Okay,
Just
whatever.
Consideration.
Go Jets. There you go. I'll do it at the end.
Gonna put his
happy
fireman's
Happy
helmet on and do
birthday.
it.
Yeah. How about, but your wife's probably rooting for that Penn State. That's going to be a good game this week too.
It will be a good game. I'm not.
Is she a fan?
Yeah, but I've got a fury about Penn State in away games, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut Saturday.
Yeah.
Just go, hun.
Yeah. So, Doty, Cleveland swept you guys. Tampa
We're pulling
Bay
for Penn State too.
Rays. It was did anybody see that Cleveland Guardians game last Saturday? It was when they swept the Rays. That went
2 games.
2 games. It was a 3-game series, but they won the first, and then that second game, there was no hits. I was watching it, and it was like I think it went 16 innings, 15 or 16. It was
15.
insane. 15, yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally,
Crowd was
Cleveland.
asleep.
Yeah, I mean, they were there almost 6 hours, and the game 1 was like 2.5-hour game, and that game 2 was 6 hours. But
yeah, nobody's like la la la. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
No, I hear. I talked to him during that game with your back when it was going into overtime.
Yeah. I think I was texting you. So Kumar, what do you got before we take off?
Just go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Talkin Truckin, no G's. That's all.
No G's. And until next week, from another traveling undisclosed location, we'll see you then. Go Jets, go Browns, go Guardians, and go Cavaliers.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, you got it. I'll never do it again, Christian.